Well, I have really just studied Furious Flower in the past, um, going through the archives, the poets, just reading about the history of the programs. And then I got asked to do a reading, which was amazing online. And then I got a little bit closer, and now I've been invited to this, and I got a little bit closer. And so, yeah, that's kind of been my experience. Well, building a black aesthetic on the page and what trying to get down the many aspects of a black aesthetic and poetics and what that could look like on the page and how you could possibly teach that, which also to my mind sounds impossible. But I like the idea of impossible task, right? Like, why not try to do the impossible? So that's what we're building, like, what is a model for a black aesthetic, like on the page in poetics. I've learned so much just from the people in my group. So that really excites me. And I'm really excited to see at the end of this, like, it's going to be terrifying in the best way. You know what I mean? Like, when there's so much for you to, like, go through for, like, years, right? And we're building years worth of work. So that's really exciting. And I like to be terrified by things, you know? So I like that, yeah. I mean, there's nothing else like it, right? Um, I feel like I would say the time is right, but I feel like there's always been times like when we needed this, and there's always been times where the situation we're in calls for this. But I don't know. I think it's also because I'm like alive in this time, right? Yeah, and like where else can you go and find this, like what we're making? There's archives, but there's not like stuff you can take to the classroom, right? And use. I think that's important. Like, why does the rain matter? You know what I mean? It's like we got plants out there, um, drought. I mean, poetry feeds us. Um, Particular poetry, black poetry feeds everyone, but particularly black artists. Um, I'm excited for like children to be like, oh, look at that thing, I recognize it. That was like a magical thing for me. So yeah, it's like, it's the rain, I guess. Yeah.